I got a nerdy one here. Okay,
Mm,
this is a theoretical one. This is a little bit like the lineage, and I really got into this one. Nets versus Pistons, Game 6 of the 2003-2004 NBA playoffs. So the Pistons are down 3-2 against the Nets, and if you remember correctly here, the Nets had just come off two straight finals losses. Richard Jefferson is in year three. He's now leading the team in scoring after almost being MIP the year before, uh, being a really good rookie in his rookie year, obviously, the first year that they lost in the finals. They're the second seed with only 45 wins, the Nets, because they win their division. This is when there's only two divisions. And so the Pistons won almost 60 games. They're the third seed because they finished second in their division behind the Pacers. Fun stuff. But for some reason, the Pistons still get home court advantage because they had a better record. So that's how I get to say evens out. I don't know.
interesting.
This is a weird time in NBA playoff seeding and divisions and whatnot. So, just running through some of his stuff previously, the year before this is when San Antonio beat the Nets in the finals. The year before that is when the Lakers beat the Nets in the finals. The Lakers had just gotten beat by San Antonio the year previous, and this is their last year. This is the Shaq and Kobe Lakers. This is their final year. Giving it wrong. So the Pistons are down 3-2 against the Nets in game five, where this is usually the game that people remember is game five. This is triple overtime, Chauncey half court buzzer beater. Fun fact in that game, Detroit forces 6 different shot clock violations in that game, which is like,
Wow.
I watched back some of that stuff. It's like pretty crazy to watch. But then in game six, the Nets are down basically 15 at halftime. They look out of it. The Nets, who are at home, because even though they don't have home court advantage, it's 3-2. So they get game six at
Hmm.
home, which actually works in their favor. And then they start storming back after halftime. 3 minutes left. It's like 72-70. And Jason Kidd bricks like a terrible shot, like the most early 2000 shots ever, where Jason Kidd has the ball at the elbow. Everyone else is like around him in the paint, like guard. Like it's like insane that everyone's in the inside the 3 point line, and Jason Kidd has the ball at the elbow, and he's a point guard. Like, and Chauncey Billups let him get to the elbow, and Jason Kidd
Yeah.
comes straight at Chauncey Billups and throws up a horrible layup, and I'm like, oh my god, early 2000 basketball. And then New Jersey, like Pistons basically score from that point on constantly. Rasheed Wallace looks great, whatnot. Who Rasheed had only played 20 games in the regular season that year.
Mm.
All that to say, if the Nets win this game, there's a lot of stuff that could go differently. I think there's a chance we just like don't really talk about these Pistons teams that much. Frankly, I know they lose in the finals a year later. But yeah, like they probably get remembered similarly to this era's Pacers teams. This Pacers team, who might have been able to beat this Nets team in the Eastern Conference Finals. Obviously they lose to the Pistons, who are the eventual champions. But do the Lakers just beat any other team that the Piston that aren't the
Mm.
Pistons? And if they win, like I know I've heard Bill Simmons talk about it, I've heard other people talk about it. They're like, oh, they were out of steam, etc. I mean, you're only out of steam if another team comes in and beats you, Like, and
Hmm.
I kind of wonder if I kind of think they would have beat the Pacers or the Nets again.
Was that the season where Ron Artest was suspended?
Um, I
2003, 2004. Was that the Mouse of the Palace season? Because if so, yeah, no shot, probably.
I
But
don't
if
I don't believe it was. I think it was the year before the Mouse season. Yeah.
the Mouse of the Palace was 2004, 2005.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, fully held. Maybe the Pacers come back and they have some revenge against the Lakers for the 2000 season. But to your point, yeah, I think the Pistons were a perfect nightmare matchup against the Lakers that year with
Yeah.
Ben Wallace.
I just think Jermaine O'Neal is getting destroyed by like,
By
I don't
Shaq.
know, 24-year-old Jermaine O'Neal is just getting eaten up by Shaq.
Some O'Neal on O'Neal crime right there.
Yeah. But
Damn.
anyways, I really enjoyed this game. I actually watched back like the whole like fourth quarter. I actually got really into game five, and I was gonna talk about game five, but then I was like, wait, why didn't the Nets win this? Like once I realized, I was like, wait, how did the Nets not win this series? Then I went back and watched them in game six. I was like, this is fun.
Damn, that's fire.
Yeah.
It's a
The
great
fourth
game.
quarter, like just if you want to watch like the last 3 minutes, anyone was watching this, the last 3 minutes, it just takes you back. Like this is like it's really shocking how different basketball is. Like, I don't know.
Hmm.
And I watched Richard Jefferson in this game, and I can't help but think like Richard Jefferson came along like 10 years too early, like a little
Yeah.
bit. And like respect like Jason Kidd is the orchestrator of this team. At certain points of this game, it feels like Richard Jefferson's like just as good. But I mean, Richard Jefferson never all-star in his career, and Jason Kidd
Wow.
in this season is like a top five MVP candidate. So
Right. Damn. Do you know what the score of the game 7 was?
they got smacked. It was
Oh,
the
okay.
Nets got smacked by 20. So it was like
Nah.
90 to 69, I think. Like
Wow. Wow.
that kind of tells you. And the Pistons defense is incredible to watch.
Yeah.
Like in this whole thing. Like I can't even deny. Like Chauncey Billups, like oh my God. Like I love guard defense, and like
Hmm.
he is putting Jason Kidd in the blender half this game.
Yeah.
And this is Jason Kidd, dude.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
anyways.